living in North Carolina for a few months, we had the opportunity to pick up my old Honda Element and bring it back to Oregon, where our tiny house is parked.
Since we'll be parked for the next few months, we're both really excited to have the Element car camper to go cruise around and check out some of the beautiful places in Central Oregon.
We'll be traveling much lighter than we're used to. And because of that, we realized we really need access to power. Because one, we're used to sleeping in luxury in the tiny house. We're a little spoiled. And two, we like to do things like filming that requires charging of batteries and that sort of thing. So we're trying out some different ways to create power on the go.
One option for mobile power is this little guy right here. This is the Jackery Explorer 500, and 500 stands for 500 watts. It can power a whole bunch of different things using AC, USB, or 12 volts, so like cigarette lighter. What's great about the Explorer 500 is you have 500 watts of power, and that's coming from a lithium battery. And people are using lithium now because that's what makes it lighter. This is just over 13 pounds. And some of the things that we bring camping with us when we're in our little Element are things like this little guy, because we want to stay cool, right? So this is a 12 volt cigarette lighter plug-in. And when you're using it, you just plug it into this side. And the reason why we like to use that is because it draws less power than, let's say, this fan we brought for demonstration purposes, which is AC power. So this fan will pull more wattage than the DC fan. Other things that we need to charge while we're on the go are things like our iPad. I have AA and AAA batteries I need to charge all the time for things like headlamps. And camera batteries, gosh, so many camera batteries, I'm constantly charging them. And this charges all of those things simultaneously. The Jackery Explorer 500 has quite a few things going for it that are really awesome. One of them is the 3 USB ports right here. That is super cool because you can charge, it's like iPad level, so it charges quicker. Because it's 5 volt, 2.4 amp, we could actually charge our iPad and our 2 cell phones all at the same time, which is great. The 12 volt is really great just for doing low wattage like we do with our little fan. It pulls like 7 or 8 watts, which is super low as opposed to using something in the 110, like a regular household plug. This pulls a lot more wattage. It pulls about 7 watts just when it's on. So, and a fan will pull quite a bit more, maybe like even 20. But having just one outlet here is kind of a downside for me, because only having one, you're only able to plug one thing at a time. You might be able to do a splitter in there, but I haven't tried it. Just be aware of whatever the wattage is that you're pulling down. The other big downside I see is that this whole thing is made of plastic, where it's easy to clean off, like if you get it dirty. With it being plastic, I couldn't imagine like dropping this on concrete. If that happened, I could see this whole housing just shatter, so be aware. Another cool feature about this little guy right here is having an LED light. That's great to have in an emergency. A headlamp goes down and you just don't have another light with you. It's another feature that makes this portable power station so convenient.
Jackery also makes this SolarSaga 100-watt foldable solar panel. It's a really great companion piece for the power station. It's super lightweight and easy to carry. It easily unsnaps, so you can set it up. And the best part is these kickstands allow you to get the ideal angle for recharging. Another thing that's really cool about this is in addition to recharging your power station, you can also use the USB outputs to directly charge your smartphone or iPad or even digital cameras right from the solar panel. To completely recharge the Explorer 500 with this solar panel, it would take upwards of 16 hours, which is a lot of time. But likely you're probably just gonna have to top it off while you're out camping. So one thing you could do if you go out for a hike, throw this on top of the car camper and leave it charging while you're gone. But keep in mind, it is not fully waterproof, so you wanna check the forecast before you go. And to give you a little comparison, to recharge the power station with the car charger, that takes about 11.5 hours. So good for the road trip out to the campsite. And for AC power, it's only about 7.5 hours. So before you leave, you probably want to make sure it's fully charged so that you're only recharging it a little bit as needed while you're camping. The SolarSaga panel is sold separately from the power station. By itself, it's $350 and the power station is $500. But if you keep an eye out on Amazon, sometimes they bundle them together and you can save a little money. Alexis and Christian here with Tiny House Expedition.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And click left or right for more tiny house stories and tours.